Welcome to Fallout 76. This is Jim. In this video, we're going to take a look at completing daily challenges for today, Friday, October the 10th, 2025. Of course, we have the event called Mischief Night, which is happening every hour on top of the hour, right up to Tuesday, October 21st, 2025. And a lot of people will usually spawn down here by the Rapidin camp, but the actually starting point is actually right up here in my current location. It's an unmarked location, but when the event pops in under the world activity, I believe it will spawn you in up here on top of the hill. Now, if you haven't been playing the last couple of days for this awesome event, Mischief Night, it's highly recommended. And if you don't know what to do, I do have a video I made this past Tuesday. It's all timestamped, but it's reasonably easily enough, but you can still see the odd person just kind of following other people, not really knowing how to do, and hopefully that video will help out the community. And we're going to see some people popping in here very shortly here anyway, because they're either running up the hill or they're being spawned in here. And of course our daily challenges will be popping in here very shortly here, so there they are right here now. So there is nothing to do here to do for the event. But we will be gaining XP 2500, and while we just because we will be killing some loss on the way down, but we'll still kind of go through that really quick as we go down the hill here. All right, good stuff. Someone's going to start this event here very quick. It's about a 5-minute cooldown before we start, unless someone gets here right away and just interacts with this this robot here, this little iBot. There we go. All right, so we're going to go down the hill here now. You can see in the top right hand corner of the screen what it is we have to do, and we have these little piers that we have to light up, or these bonfires, whatever you want to call it. And of course we will kill loss on the way down here as well. And one thing I do notice is not a whole lot of people lighting up the bonfires the last couple of days, but that's good to see. There's other people kind of learning as we kind of go along here. Some of them are a little off the beaten path here, as you can see. But everything you do, as you can see in the top right, it'll kind of fill that little piece in there with more of that little bar there. And we're almost complete there now. Good stuff. I don't know if this guy will light up or not. There we go. Light the Mischief fire, because that's where he kind of sits there. Alright, so now we're on to the second little wave here, right down close to the Rapidin camp. Now, again, a couple of things you can do here. We can deface some walls and such. So there's a wall we can deface. Usually has this orange, but we did notice yesterday, you can select which one you want. I did notice yesterday that, oh, it's not. Okay. That they weren't showing up as good, so sometimes the game can be a bit busy with people, a lot of people here. Just going to keep that in mind as well. That can kind of slow things down, especially if people have their camps nearby. That could really affect the event, just like what we see during Fashnet Day, for example. Really slows things down. Things start getting a little glitchy. And if you notice that you're not picking anything up when you go to those bowls, because I think there is a couple second cooldown before when one person picks things up and then other people pick things up out of it. We do have Fork the Lawns, and I've been trying to get here when there's not a whole lot of people around, trying to figure out what exactly that means. So there are people that are doing it, and I just don't know exactly what that is yet. Oh, there's another thing we can deface right here. Somebody kind of missed it out there. There we go. Bubblegum added. Beautiful. We are running out of bubblegum here in the game, and it's good to see that we are getting some of that bubblegum back. There we go. So we are complete. Gonna head right up to the third phase here now. Whatever way you want to get up here. There's not as many candy bowls up here, I find. There's more lost than anything. And there will be a couple of Assaultrons at the very end. Yeah, he just took out of it. Now watch, we tried it, it won't do it until the little cooldown comes back. So you're better off just kind of killing these lost that are kind of popping up here. I find them been popping up inside the buildings. Little trailers here. There's 3 of them in there, little buggers. They're right, slowed right down because this cryo effect I have going on with them. I handled them nicely. Oh, right on. What's this here? Yum yum deviled eggs pumpkin pie. Yeah, nice. Pumpkin pie is always good. Be it cake, pie, or candy. And of course, this time here around, we do have more of those mines that are set up every time we take out of these little bowls here. There we go, complete, nice. So the Assaultrons I find usually have been spawning over here. Of course, it could be different every time, but they usually spawn over in this section, right over here. Oh, light the fire. Oh, someone needs to light the fire. There we go. And there's our Assaultrons there. I recommend going for the legs because it will cripple them, as you can see there. And that way there kind of keeps them from moving around fast. But there's enough people here, enough firepower, we shouldn't have to worry about it too much, to be honest. Nice. Oh. I destroyed the vertibot there. It's going to get a couple shots off. Some have been people have been throwing grenades at it, which is fine by me. Get it down a little quicker. Just wait for it to get closer down to. There we go. A couple shots off on it. There we go. Nice. With the event Mischief event, it's Mischief night, I should say. Mischief event. Yeah, we're not jump. And get a couple of nice way to get some legendary items here as well by completing this event. And they've all been 3 stars, what I've been mentioning, which is pretty awesome. And I think this is our 6th time doing it here on the channel. And yeah, been pretty good. And don't forget to pick up your aluminum scrap from those Assaultrons there. Nice. Excuse me. Alright. What we get here? Hey, Veil Throne. Nice. Someone had mentioned that actually the other day to me. What's this here? Okay. Let's take a look at our Pip-Boy real quick here. So, hey, Veil Throne. That's pretty awesome. Now that we got that there. So we've been getting pretty good plans pretty much every, all 6 times that we've been completing this event, which is pretty awesome. It's nice to get new plans here in the game. That wasn't too bad in terms of time-wise, actually. Pretty decent. All right, let's take a look at these challenges here now. So let's go to our camp here real quick. I think I might end up going to a server on our own. Depending, take a little close look at these challenges. Sometimes there's only so many enemies to go around for a group of people, you know what I mean? Especially certain enemies, certain items, so I kind of decide which way we're going to head here. Stay on the server with other people. Yeah, we're going to go to our own server here, so let's go ahead and do that now. Private server just because we can. A little bit easier this way, especially for the video, because sometimes it could really, as you guys have seen in the past, it could really make the video longer because I'm looking for the stuff myself, even though I'm going to all my recommended spots. So you can either server hopping is your friend, or even fast traveling. Yeah, I find October is a pretty fun month here in the Wasteland. They usually have some sort of special event going on. And now with this Mischief Night, it's probably going to be a seasonal thing here now. Plus, we have Spooky Scorched a couple weeks, probably popping up here in a couple weeks. And it's always a good time here in October. Yeah, it's always pretty fun. A lot of people come back to the game that I've noticed anyway. All right, let's take a look at these challenges here. So as I mentioned, we're going to talk about this one here. Gain XP 2500. And as you saw, great way of doing this is by doing an event, right? Go around killing some enemies. But you don't have to do it at an event like Mischief Night. If you don't feel comfortable doing it, you can go around to Wasteland and kill any enemy you wish. Again, the higher the level the enemy is, the better. I usually find Thrashers are a great source of XP. We have done that the last couple of times. I brought you guys right down here to Research Site Brevard. There's anywhere from 4 to 5 down here. And even if you spawn here at Naked Creek, there'll be a couple along that little pathway there as well. But Thrashers, those giant turkeys, of course, they can only be found down here. They are XP machines there. And it's a great way to kind of go after them. Just kind of keep server hopping, and a great way to get some XP that way. Another thing you can do is you can craft things at a workbench. You can build things in your camp. You don't get a whole lot of XP for that, but you do get some XP. Another thing you do is you can use lunch boxes, right? If you go under item, then down here to aid, we'll get these lunch boxes once in a while for free. Sometimes we'll get them as, certain event challenges, prizes or rewards. You can buy them off the current season 22 season pass, etc. So again, I believe you can stack 4 lunch boxes at a time. So again, a great way of using in lunch boxes here in the game to get some XP. Now, if you don't have lunch boxes, if you do a public event, if you didn't notice before we start, you heard people opening up their lunch boxes. So a public event like that, you'll see people, not just high levels, but they'll open up these lunch boxes they have. You don't have to be on the team with them. You don't even have to know them. You will get the benefits of them opening that lunchbox and you being in the general area, okay? And of course, you can buy your own lunch boxes in the atomic shops. Let's take a look at that real quick. I don't do this myself there, but I just kind of want to show you that they are available under utility, okay? Sometimes they do go on sale. And I always recommend, even if you play for about 5-10 minutes a day, you come to your features section, you go down here to free special offers. There'll be a free item here every single day. It's usually a utility item. Now today just happens to be a scrap kit, but there will be lunch boxes in here once in a while, and that's how you can get one for free. And last but not least, you can join a team with another player. You just go back to your map screen, top right-hand corner. It is social. You can go ahead and create your own team if you so wish, or join a team. Now I recommend for daily, weekly challenges, you go events, casual, or exploration, because there's no expectation there. You just kind of do your own thing, explore. You don't have to hang around with each other. But if you do daily ops, raids, and expeditions, there's an expectation there to do those, and you'll be kicked if you're not part of that little team there, right? So just a little FYI there. And as you can see, bonus XP, intelligence, I'll always give you more XP anyway. So that's a couple great ways. And again, we got it done fairly quickly just by completing that event. All right, let's see what's next here, Gem. Scrap junk to produce aluminum 5. So aluminum is a junk item in which we can use the bulk and scrap method at any Tinker's Workbench here in the game. All right, so let's go right in our Tinker's Workbench. Anyone will do. Go ahead and go craft. Go down here to bulk, and right there to bulk with aluminum. All you need is 10 aluminum scrap and 2 plastic from your stash in scrap box. You go ahead, you bulk your 1 aluminum, then you scrap. Is hands down the fastest, quickest, easiest way to complete this daily challenge. More so for the folks that are kind of short on time, or for people like to get things done quick and easy, the bulk and scrap method is definitely where it's at for most junk items here in the game. Now we can find aluminum in many great spots here in the Wasteland. Let's take a look at a couple locations. So I do have a fairly popular video here in the channel. I bring you right down here to the Quarry X3. Now again, there'll be about 5 Mirelurks here, not counting the Queen, but the main building that you can go inside, there's 5 blasting cap boxes there, and they give you all kinds of aluminum. Cake pans are also a good source of aluminum as well. So there are 3 cake pans up here at Morgantown High School, so you head right upstairs towards the home ec class. Again, there'll be a bunch of scorched in there, but there'll be 3 cake pans up there. Right here, the Overseer's home. Now, if you are a ghoul like myself, you will need a disguise to get in there. But there's usually 2 cake pans right on the kitchen counter. Usually 2 aluminum cans right next to it or on the floor. And right over here in Halvatia, it is the blue house right across the street from the yellow house on the main road. Again, there'll be about 4 or 5 scorts inside. You head right upstairs. You take a hard right at the top of the stairs. There'll be a little kitchen there. And then you'll see a couple of shelving. There'll be some tin cans, but there's usually 4 aluminum cans. The aluminum ones look like the tin cans, but as you get close to them, you'll see that they are aluminum. So again, there's only 4 of them up there, so you will need another spot, but you can try that out. So let's try that out here today. Let's go to Halvatia. If I go get a disguise on now, it's going to probably add another 2-3 minutes on the video. Alright, so let's go right down here and again towards the bluish house. I call it blue anyway. Bluish gray or whatever, right across the street from the yellow house. And again, you can kill these scorched, whatever you wish to do. Jeez. That's pretty rough. Oh. Lock and load, Jimmy. There we go. So again, here's the hard right. Here's the kitchen right here. And here's 1 aluminum can, 2, 3, 4. 4 aluminum cans. The rest of them are all just tin cans. Tin cans are good for 2 steel and 1 lead each. Now, it would have been really nice if they had like a paint can up here. That would be absolutely awesome. And don't forget, we get so much junk from killing enemies now. Like, look at all this junk. Okay, you can kind of go around and just kind of have some fun. Kill some scorched. I usually find scorched, super mutants, mole miners, human enemies will have the most junk items on them when you kill them. Okay. And just kind of go out and get some XP at the same time, but yeah, sometimes you'll have the cake pans on them. All right, let's go to the Overseer's childhood home here. We're actually going to spawn here in Sutton, more so at the Overseer's home, but we're not going to go to the Overseer's home today because I don't have a disguise on. Can't get inside anyway. We're going to go to the Overseer's childhood home. All right, so there's the Overseer's home right up there. Okay, and again, right to the west, the small blue house is the Overseer's childhood home. We're going to go right inside. Oh, we already had a light on, Jimmy. And usually right here in the counter will be another cake pan. So if we take a look at these item stats here, cake pan 4 aluminum each, just 1 cake pan. And this is stuff you can get from killing enemies such as the scorched, super mutants, mole miners, and human enemies. So easily done, super easily done. All right, let's head back to our camper. We're going to scrap this stuff up. Actually, you know what? We're just going to scrap it right up the hill here at the Overseer's home. We can still go in her garage. Do that. Still use her garage, right? Let's go ahead and scrap. And again, you can see your item stats right there. There we go. Scrap trying to produce aluminum. Just like that. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. And actually, I do have a camp resource. Let's go back to our camp. I do have a camp resource I want to show you that is useful for aluminum and lead. Just in case you guys happen to see it in the atomic shop. Totally well worth it for sure. Because aluminum is just one of those things you don't realize you use a lot of until you're out. You know what I mean? You think, gee, I wish I had something that collected this stuff, you know, for me. And hopefully have it in here. I do. It is this counterfeit bottle cap press. It was actually in the shop a couple weeks ago. And as you can see, I'll passively collect aluminum scrap and lead at different quantities each time, of course, while you play the game. So again, nice little camp resource we have available to us. I'll collect that aluminum and even lead. All right, let's see what's next. Take a camera picture of a Mirelurk Hunter one. So we had this one here just the other day. So it says take a camera picture. You must use a Pro Snapflex camera. And a Mirelurk Hunter can either be dead or alive. It's really up to you. Now the one we got the other day, actually, we were on a public server. Somebody already killed the Mirelurk Hunter, and that is okay. You don't have to be the one to kill it. Again, you just walk up, somebody already killed it, take your Pro Snapflex camera out there and take a camera picture of it. Done. So Vault 94 will have quite a bit of Mirelurk hunters in it. Again, quite a high level area though. It's like a Mirelurk city within a vault. It's quite something. You've never been there before. But again, lots of Mirelurks here, including the hunters. And of course, right down here, there'll be one right down here in Lake Reynolds. So if you're lower level, I recommend right down here in Lake Reynolds. So let's pop down here. There's 4 Mirelurks down here in total. There's a couple regular Mirelurks, a Razor Claw, and a hunter. But the hunters look like giant lobsters. But they're still considered Mirelurks, okay? So we're just going to go ahead and kill them. Let's shut this light off now. It's funny how he stopped there. It's weird. So where's our hunter at? Oh, there's over there. So you see how he looks like a lobster? All right, nice. There's our hunter there. As you can see, it looks just like a giant lobster. And again, if you try going photo mode, which is off the main map screen here like this, it will not work. You must use a Pro Snap Deluxe camera, which is considered a weapon here in the game, right? As when you have that equipped, you go ahead and you just point to it just like any other weapon. See how it says Mirelurk Hunter in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Watch what happens when I take it away. See how it disappears? You must make sure it has Mirelurk Hunter in the top right-hand corner of the screen or it's not going to work. Take a camera picture there. There we go. Take a camera picture of a Mirelurk Hunter 1-for-1. Done. Now, if you're looking to get a Pro Snap Deluxe camera and you don't have one, the very first video you come across at the Jim McSteel YouTube channel is how to get a Pro Snap Deluxe camera. I just did it last year with my low-level guy. I think he was like level 25 or something like that. Very low level. We were able to get this camera and just show you the what you have to do to take it. And yeah, it's a pretty good little video. Now, if you do drop it by mistake, it will destroy itself. So just got to keep that in mind. You have to take good care of it. But in case that ever happened to you, you can get a Pro Snap Deluxe camera back. So the first way is after you get the Pro Snap Deluxe camera for the very first time, a little side quest comes up called Bucket List. If you actually complete Bucket List, every broken Pro Snap Deluxe camera you come across in a wasteland thereafter, you're able to take to your Tinker's Workbench and craft your Pro Snap Deluxe camera. So that's one way. The second way is come here to White Springs. Now, the main entrance here, this front door entrance, like they call it, there'll be a random encounter that happens here every single day. It could take days, weeks, or months for that certain random encounter to pop up because it's random. Where you have to take a photo, you'll be given a Pro Snap Deluxe camera. I've been told by some reliable resources that it still works, so just a little FYI there. Alright, let's see what's next here, Jimmy boy. Kill an enemy in the Cranberry Bog, Region 5. So again, when it says kill an enemy, everything is on the table, including passive enemies you see on the roadways, right up to the highest level enemy here in the game. Humans, robots, everything is on the table. Again, the Cranberry Bog is a pretty well-defined region. Bottom right-hand corner of the screen. The only thing that will make it hard is to make sure that these guys here are within that area or not. But I do know for sure that Susan's Cabin looks like it is, but actually Susan's Cabin is actually part of the Skyline Valley region. So I usually recommend to people, again, it's really up to you where you want to go. Again, any enemy will do. We're just going to go to the Ranger District Office because there's usually just a bunch of Scorch there, as well as sometimes beavers. Now, beavers are passive here in the game, but they still show up as red as enemies, so just kind of keep that in mind so you can kind of shoot at them a little better if you're using Vats. And of course, those beavers will be over here. There's our Scorch there. And you can see all these these little chopped up trees. There's a flyer over there. Oh, there's a little beaver right there. Right, good stuff. Good stuff. So you see how that counts. Yeah, 2 plasma grenades on him. Nice. Yeah, just like that. It's that easy. Who's this cat up here? Oh, I wish I would have seen him. We could have used him for this example. This is one of the passive people we will see just kind of in around the wasteland that just kind of randomly show up. And even these guys will count, right? All right, let's see what's next. Harvest wild plant or Fungi 12. So things on this list include corn, razor grain, crops, okay? Again, glowing fungus will also count as well. What I find is usually in the forest area, there's lots of those pink and bluish flowers that we can find through the forest area. There's a whole whack of them in between the Wayward and the Flatwoods area. Just this little circle that I'm somewhat making here. Lots of those type of flowers there, so really easy to do. Again, crops can be found in many great spots. Aaronhold Homestead, Cobbleton Farm, Silva Homestead, Billings Homestead. A bunch of unmarked farms right down here in this little roadway here, as you can see. There's also a random encounter that'll pop down there as well. When you spawn in here into the foundation, you just go up the driveway towards foundation, but just before you go to the main large door there, there'll be a little patch of crops on the right-hand side. You can check that out. Out behind the General Steakhouse, right around the corner from Big Al's Tattoo Parlor, we have that little red barn under the overpass. Bunch of great crops there. I don't know if you're going to get 12, though. That's the only thing about there. And that's the same thing with the foundation. I don't know if you're going to get 12 there. Glowing fungus. We can find glowing fungus in pretty much every cave and cavern, every region, usually in around watery areas. Okay. Great spot for glowing fungus is actually here at Nuka World on Tour. Free fast travel once when you discovered it. And again, you don't have to wait for that event tunnel love to be going on. You just walk right in, get your glowing fungus there that way. And again, lots of glowing fungus here in between the Wayward and the Flatwoods along this little stream here. So this one here can be easily done. Again, it can be found in all regions, the old glowing fungus. And if you have crops in one of your camps, let's say you have a camp that's dedicated to crops, let's say maybe you're a herbivore, for example. If you harvest those crops, corn, razor grain, tato or tato plants, whatever you want to call it, that will also count as well. That'll just save you a whole whack of time doing it that way. All right, so last time we went to Silva Homestead, if you guys can remember, during our weekly challenge video, and there was no corn there, and I'm thinking, what is going on? I was totally shocked. And I think it was just because we were on a server with other people. I think that's what was going on there. But yeah, there's hardly any corn there at all. Like the stalks weren't even there either. Just a flat piece of land. It was so totally weird. All right, so we got the corn back, so that's good. I'm glad I'm not going crazy. I am going crazy, but not that crazy. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to harvest our corn here. Now, I am getting 2 instead of 1. It's because I have a perk card under perception. It is called Green Thumb. Retroices must when harvesting flora. Excuse me, just lost my voice there. Retroices must when harvesting flora. So instead of 1, you pick up 2. Now, the only flora I find this really works well with is brain fungus and pumpkins. As you pick up 2, you get credit for 2 for the daily weekly challenges. But for literally everything else, corn, razor grain, any other plant, I find when you pick up 2, you only get credit for 1 for the daily weekly challenge. I don't know why that is, but I was going to kind of make a point to that's still happening here today. I just wish when you picked up 2, you got credit for 2 for everything, right? Instead of just only like a certain crop like brain fungus and pumpkins. There we go, done just like that. Nice. Again, right down the road here will be a bunch of razor grain, this little field down here. All right, let's see what's next here. All right, eat a cake pie or candy, 10. So again, we talk about this one here quite often. The last, how long has it been, guys? 3.5 weeks, eat a cake pie or candy. Again, if you have a couple of recipes where you can craft your own pie, by all means, you can do it that way. We do have pie we can find for free and around the wasteland. We also have camp resources that will count as well. Now, I'm going to take you at a couple of spots here because we've had this one pop up so much recently. I know they're not even going to be there for me because I've just been picking them up every single time that I've seen them. But again, we'll take a look at a couple great spots. So funnel cake and Fancy Lad snack cakes here at Tyler County Fairgrounds. Funnel cake, Fancy Lad snack cakes usually in around the Camden Park. More so in amongst that roller coaster and that little Raider area down there. There'll be a pumpkin pie right here in Welsh. Right in the middle of Welsh, there's about 3 or 4 buildings that are kind of right on top of each other, like right next to each other, or attached. There's usually a couple mole miners inside, but the very first one, the one after the glowing mole miner with the missile launcher, on a table on the main level will be a pumpkin pie. We were just there just the other day looking at that, but I know it's not going to be there for me here. Overlook cabin, there's 2 of them right in the kitchen. Let's try our luck at Overlook cabin. It hasn't been there the last couple of times, so we'll see if it'll finally spawn in for us. And what will make it spawn in faster for me if I picked up my 250 items, but sometimes I just don't have time for that. So there will be a bunch of scorched in here at the same time, and it can get pretty busy. We're just going to head right to the kitchen where the pumpkin pies will be. There'll be one usually inside this oven right here, and there's usually one right here on this part of the counter. Just try to think of the name. I was going to say table, but it's a counter. All right. So they're not there here today, but that's fine. At least I was able to kind of show you. Another good spot is up here at the pumpkin house. I don't think they're going to be up here either, but we'll pop in here. The pumpkin house is good not just for those pumpkin pies and the pumpkin pie recipe, but there's actually 80 cake pie or candy items that can spawn here as well. It's usually right on the front porch, right in that little black cauldron. Again, it will depend server to server. So we're here just the other day, and there was like 2 items in here and 1 on the outside. So we were on our private server. There's nothing here for us, unfortunately. Yeah. And the same thing with this little plastic pumpkin. Sometimes there's things inside. And there's a pumpkin pie right on, so at least I could begin to show you that how it counts there. There we go. The second pumpkin pie is usually right here. Now, I know it's hard to see. The lighting is really bad in this little corner for whatever reason. But here's the recipe for the pumpkin pie, so you can craft your own recipe. This is the spawn point for it, actually. You can craft your own pumpkin pies and do it that way if you have the ingredients for it. And last but not least, the last place I wanted to show you is, of course, down here in Nuka World on Tour. Again, a free fast travel once we discovered. So let's pop down here real quick. Is the carnival pies, the 3 that will spawn here. But at least I can show you is where it's at and where it can be. But I know we were just here the other day, and I know they're not going to be there for me on this server. All right, let's pop in here. Right where you spawn in. Oh, we do get one here today, right on. So carnival pies, there's usually 3 of them right here. Let's eat this guy here. Nice. Eat a cake pie or candy. Nice. All right, let's pop into our camp here, and we'll take a look at the camp resources available to us for this challenge. It's a pretty decent time, I guess. Still got 1 more after this one. Alright, so we talk about this a lot on the channel, camp resources. You guys know I'm a huge fan of camp resources. So this popcorn machine, this is the OG one we got a long time ago. I believe there's about 4 or 5 other variations of it, but again, popcorn will count as eat a cake, pie, or candy, and pre-war food. Totally well worth it if you see it in the Atomic Shop. These 2 candy machines, we got these in the Season 11 scoreboard, the old scoreboards we used to have. So if you're a returning player, you may have these available to you if you played during that time. Now, the red one will make an appearance in the Atomic Shop once in a while. It was in the Atomic Shop maybe about a month ago for about 3 weeks straight. But he was bundled with other things. But again, great items here. And this candy that it collects, as you can see, 24 each, which is pretty awesome. It's the same thing as the popcorn. Same thing, eat a cake, pie, or candy, pre-war food. So again, very well worth it to get your hands on those guys. This little cookie jar, same kind of deal. You'll also collect the odd Fancy Lad snack cake and funnel cake. Again, it'll be different every time, all right, because he has a wide variety of stuff that he will collect. But again, you can he will pop up in the Atomic Shop quite frequently enough, actually, this little cookie jar guy. All right, so, yeah, great camp resource. Just saves yourself a whole whack of time if you have them, right? So let's eat a Fancy Lad snack cake here. Those are right there. Let's go ahead. We're going to eat a Nuka-Cola candy. So this is from the red candy machine, which pops up in the Atomic Shop once in a while. Nuka-Cola Quantum Candy from the blue-purple candy machine, which we got in Season 11. That's more of a Fallout First item at the time. And of course, the popcorn from the popcorn machine. Now, of all the camp resources available, I see the popcorn machine the most one that people will have in their camps, okay? Just because you just save yourself a whole lot of time. And we're doing these daily, weekly challenges. Plus, it gives you good AP at the same time. So let's finish her off with the popcorn. And of course, bubblegum works. If you have perk bubblegum from opening up your perk card packs, that also counts as chew bubblegum. Eat a cake, pie, or candy, and pre-war food. That perk bubblegum we get for free. So just a little let you know about that one there as well. All right. Deal critical hit to a Sentry bot in Vats 1. So again, we had the perform a critical hit. Has to be a Sentry bot. And it has to be in Vats. Alright, so I do have a couple great videos showing you guys how to do this. Again, you can check them out. They're a little bit older videos, so you just got to be a little patient. But again, the information in the video is still quite solid. Alright, so it's not real particular and do critical hit. We're not doing... we should be able to do critical hits. We're not doing the other one there. So we'll just keep this harpoon gun that we have. So let's take a look here for some Sentry bot locations. So of course the outside of White Springs will have Sentry bots. Now the only thing about this place, okay, is that even if you accidentally shoot at anything in this area, every robot and even the human responders will be coming after you, shooting you. Okay, so just be aware on the outside this place can get pretty hairy fairly quickly. Right here in Dire Chemical. So this one here used to be 100%, but I find it's only 50% chance now. Usually on the main road, there'll be a Sentry bot, but I find nowadays it's only 50% chance. Right here, Robco Research Center. Again, it'll be the most lowest parking lot. There'll be a Sentry bot there as well. And right over here. Yep, 98 NAR Regional. That's where we're going to head here today. Super mutants attacking my camp. That's fine. There will be some other robots here as well. We're going to go the other side of these train cars because that's where the other robots will be. Including the Sentry bot. So we're going to kind of pop ourselves up here. And there's the light of the Sentry bot. Okay. Kind of hidden there. Now it's kind of hard to hide from these guys because they're a little bit more advanced than the other robots. They know exactly where you're at. Okay. So we're going to try to explain this from over here. So you can miss on a critical hit. Okay. That's what we're doing is critical hit. Let's check to make sure, just to be sure. Yeah, critical hit. I made the mistake one time there, and I was like, what is going on? Why isn't this counting? And sure enough, I was trying to cripple. Alright, so back to the critical hit. So you can miss on a critical hit. So I recommend for any enemy you're trying to do a critical hit on, go for the torso. Because at any enemy, the torso is always the largest part of the enemy. Now you see how we have a crit meter right in the middle of the screen? We have to fill that crit meter. And once it's full, the critical button, for my case it's Y, whatever button it is for you, it'll start flashing. And that's how you can know you can do a critical hit. And once it starts flashing, I recommend you hit the critical button first. The screen will flash very quickly, like a quick white flash. And then you can hit the fire button, which gives you the critical hit, okay? Now, if you have a weapon that is like a 2-shot. You guys have seen me use this on my with my handmade as a 2-shot. You can actually, if both shots land, you'll actually get credit for 2 critical hits. Okay. Same thing can happen if you have an automatic weapon. You have a chance to get 2 to 3 critical hits using an automatic weapon, especially if it's a 2-shot at the same time. You guys have seen me do that before with my handmade when it's in automatic mode. Okay. And the thing is that when you have to fill that crit meter, depending on the weapon you have, some weapons only fill it up so quick. Okay, some weapons only take maybe 1 or 2 shots. I have a fixer that fills that meter just with 2 shots. Other weapons, it takes like 8 or 9 shots to fill that same meter. All right, so just kind of be aware that depending on the weapon, legendary effects, you can make it easier or harder for yourself. All right, so we're gonna fill this meter up here from here. So we hear the little blip sound. So the blip sound tells me I can do a critical hit. We're going to hit the critical button, watch the screen flash, And then we're going to hit them. There we go. There's our critical hit in Vats. Just like that. And again, we only needed one. We don't really have to destroy them. Right? We just have to get a shot off on there. One critical hit. Just like that. Right? And that critical meter pops up so fast. So fast that, you know, even though we're staring at the screen in front of us, okay, we're not, we're not even noticing. And that's why we're listening for that audible sound telling us that our crit meter is full. All right, and that's how I do it. And if you watch my low-level gameplay with my low-level guy with the early on quest line, you'll see me doing critical hits all the time. And I'm just using basic armor, basic weapons, and I'm getting critical hits left, right, and center. And this guy's pretty, get him here. In terms of Sentry bots, this guy's pretty weak, okay? Now, once in a while, if you're lucky enough to get on the event called BattleBot, right here, Mount Blair Train Yard. So BattleBot's one of those events that you can spawn in by fast traveling to Mount Blair Train Yard or just walking by. There'll be a Sentry bot there as well. And usually he's pretty squishy, despite being in a high-level area. Usually he's pretty squishy as far as Sentry bots go. All right, let's head back to our camp here. Now, in that video I made on critical hits a long while ago, I tell you guys hit the fire button and the critical button at the same time. And you can do that, it still works. But I recommend doing the critical button first, let the screen flash white, and then hit the fire button. But once when you get in the routine of doing it all the time, it happens quickly. You know, I'm just saying it slowly just so people understand what I'm saying. But again, that's just the way to do it. Greetings, Steve. How you making out there, old pal? We are done. We are. Weapon of the day here. Icebreaker fires a shotgun blast of harpoon fletches. Enemies killed with an icebreaker leaves behind a cryohazard. Cryohazards slow enemies by 60%. Bashing slows enemies by 60% for 12 seconds. Fletches, short scope. Mods, 4x4. Okay, not a whole lot of mods, just a harpoon gun basically. Glorified harpoon gun, I should say. 141 times 7 damage. 43 times 7 cryo damage. 480 cryohazard for 15 seconds. And it just takes harpoon. Even though it only takes 3, I know having 3 only available at one time is quite annoying. However, it's a powerful weapon. I don't mind it myself. Perk cards here real quick. Again, nothing real crazy here, guys. Under perception will be the majority of the perk cards here for this weapon. Legendary perk cards, these don't change for me. Very happy with them. And as you can see, they're all maxed out. The armor I use, take a look at that real quick. Aristocrats, Ultralight Secret Service left arm. Chameleon, Ultralight Secret Service left leg. Mutants, Ultralight Secret Service right arm. Resistance Secret Service under armor. Troubleshooters, Ultralight Secret Service right leg. And Vanguard, Jetpack Secret Service chest piece. Had this armor for quite some time, even long before I even started making videos back in 2022. And this armor has never steered me wrong. And another thing, I have been asked a lot of questions about this outfit. So this outfit I'm wearing right here is a ghost skeleton costume and ghost skull hood mask. I actually have a video of this when I first got it here on the channel back in October of 2023. And at that time, there was a 2-week special Halloween event challenges. And this was one of the rewards. I have never seen this make a return in the Atomic Shop. So it's a very ultra rare outfit. I do see the odd person with it, but not too many people have this outfit. And it won't let me craft it and drop it, so unfortunately I can't give it to anyone, but yeah, nice little outfit there. And I only mention it just because I've been asked quite a bit about it. So there you guys go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and share when you have the chance. It really helps me out. I'd like to thank my channel members, Artistically Arranged, Michael Edwards, Nigel Wiffen, Heather, Whitetribe, Mr. Shelton, Drake Stamps, NotMeButMe, Yes Me, That's Me, Drew, Andrew, Waywarner, John DJ59, Picquerist, Grin Trentno, Tony Watson, Felix the Cat, Dan Ferreira, Benny Bunny, AJ Foltz, Adolfo Perez, Aussies1, Ricardo 186, Eric R. Shepard. Thank you all so very much, and I hope you all have a nice day.